If you a man of God, she coming for you, my boy. Well, not for, she don't want you, but she, whatever. Check this out.
Is non-negotiable for you?
I'm less and less interested in religious men, if I'm being honest with you. I told Paul this the other day. I don't know. You hit me with...
So she's saying she don't want no religious guy. So maybe that's you. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you fit the category. Maybe you don't. But she don't want religious guys. I can understand that to a certain extent, but she goes on further, way further.
You hit me with the man of God thing.
But you say God a lot on your podcast.
God?
Yeah, you be like, God, oh my God.
Oh my God. No.
Oh my God is different.
Oh my God is different than being a
God.
man of God. If you're leading, I don't know. I've just had some. I've had some negative experiences with people that lead with their religion.
Are you religious?
So if you say you're a man of God, Joy Taylor, it's not interested. That's a red flag. That's my first time hearing that. And it makes sense to a certain extent, but when you really break it down, why wouldn't you want a man of God? I think it's the people that you're choosing, the men of God that you're choosing. And I don't think it's just real men of God. A real man of God is what every woman should want. And a lot of women say they actually want that. Like when you watch a lot of these dating shows and stuff like that, they want somebody who loves God because they assume that he'll know how to treat them right. He'll respect them. He'll respect the marriage. He'll respect the relationship. He'll raise the kids the right way. He'll, pretty much do the right thing. So a lot of women do actually want a man of God. I just think it's Joy Taylor's, the way that she picks her quote unquote men of God.
Are you religious?
Not really.
No. So
I would say I'm a person of faith, but I'm not. Okay. I was raised in a Baptist church.
She's not into people talking about God or trying to live holy and consecrated lives. She want to do what she want to do.
Very, very religious family. I don't think that just because you're a Christian that you are, not living a good life. I'm just saying if that's the first thing that you bring to the table, it's a red flag for me because I don't
they're hiding behind their
religion.
As a man of God, I can only speak for myself. That is something I do want to bring to the table. If I were dating and when I was dating, that's something you want to tell somebody out the bat. Like, this is how I'm going to handle the situation. Like, this is who I am. This is why I have the morals and values that I do. This is what I stand on. So if you can't deal with that, like, we can't even talk, really. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nothing that you hide. Like, that's something that you do lead with. Like, this is why I behave the way I do. This is why I talk the way I do. This is how I'm interacting with you the way that I do. Because I am a man of God and I do believe and I do take my faith serious and I do take my walk with God serious.
Okay. Why? What does this matter to me?
Something happened with that before. That's what that happened.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have a trigger behind that.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
I absolutely.
Yeah.
So Paul said something happened before. It's the men that you're choosing. These men of God, quote unquote, you're choosing. Either they're not real men of God or they are real men of God and you just don't like it. They hold you to a certain standard and they expect certain things from you because they hold on to these standards themselves. Like, they live by this. So they would like a woman who believes and lives by the same mantras and values that they live by as well. So
I'm acknowledging I'm triggered by this, and it's become a red flag for me. Wow. I'm not saying that if you believe in God that you are a red flag. I also don't give a fuck. So just tell somebody else about it.
Not saying that you if you believe in God, that's a red flag. But she also says that she don't give a. I can't say that on here. Yeah. And those two things are very contradictory to one another. You can believe in God or you don't got to believe in God. You can believe in the devil. I don't care what you believe in. Just make sure that I like you. Yeah. You got some splaining to do, Joy.
I think for some men, they think that that's what women are looking for. Like, you're looking for a good Christian man.
Yeah.
And some people are, which is not me. So
that's my thing about religion too. Like,
a lot of women come with these long lists of what they want guys to be, and a lot of times that's on the list. But she has no idea what she's looking for. Y'all, we're gonna pray for Joy. But let's continue.
Like, man may not like lead with it, but like some men needed to pull them out of places. Like, when there's nothing else. Like, I felt like religion like pulled me out of some dark places. Mm-hmm. And like, I believe
religion or faith.
So shout out to Paul. I think Paul tried to keep it in the road, and Paul Pierce is somebody who I watch coming up. Excellent basketball player, played for the Celtics, won a championship. Great basketball player. He got fired from ESPN, which is owned by Dish, and then he was going live on social media, and he was in a situation, and he had a party going on with some stuff that Disney didn't agree with, so they let him go. But he's a great analyst now. He got the new podcast, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. But he tried to kind of bring it back home, and he talked about his own experience with God and religion and faith, bringing him out some dark places. So he tried, but you'll see what happens next.
Religion or
You know what I'm
faith?
saying? Faith, probably faith,
Right.
more so than like.
Because to me, those
I
are two
have
different
faith.
things.
Okay.
Believing in God, having
believe in
spirituality,
God,
having a
spirituality,
connection
all
with your
that.
spiritual side, praying, all of those things I do.
Yeah.
But
Same, but
to-
religion is
to
different.
lead
Okay, I
with
understand
like,
what
you
you're
know,
saying
oh,
now.
like let's go to church on Sunday.
I'm Christian. I'm Catholic.
So she made Paul fold. Well, the ladies made Paul fold. Paul is 2 against 1 right now, and Paul kind of folded because, you know, with the whole faith versus religion debate. And it made me think, you know, because I'm one of those guys who say, you know, I'm anti-religion. You know, I'm more about relationship and stuff like that. But the faith versus religion part of it, it made me go look at the definition. So she's trying to separate faith and religion. So I did want to know the definitions of these terms. All right, the definition of faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. That's the first definition. And the second definition is strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion. Strong belief in God or the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. And the definition of religion is the belief in or worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. So faith and religion are pretty much the same thing. They correlate very, very, very closely. So she's trying to separate the two. And I could say I've been guilty of that, but just looking at these definitions, they're very, very close. And it's just whatever phrase or term that you prefer to use. Because I could say my faith, you know, I have a Christian faith. Or I could say the Christian religion because that is what I would say I would practice. So it's one and the same when you really, really just look at the definition of the word. You know, we can call it what we want to call it. We have our preferences, but word for word, they're pretty much the same thing. So
Things.
Okay.
Believing in God, having
believe in
spirituality,
God,
having a
spirituality,
connection
all
with your
that.
spiritual side, praying, all of those things I do.
Yeah.
But
Same, but
to-
religion is
to
different.
lead
Okay,
with
I
like,
understand.
but what is your spiritual side? Who are you praying to? Why are you praying to them? You know, and that's important to know. Like, what is the basis of your faith? Why do you believe? You know, and that's something that we all have to be able to answer. But if we just have a blind faith, I just believe and I just pray, God, work this out. What God are you talking to? You know, I believe in Jesus. And I pray that everyone comes to the knowledge of who he is and that he reveals himself in the hearts of people. And I just pray that everybody receives the gospel. But that's what I believe. I believe in that doctrine. I believe in the Trinity. I believe in certain things. But if I'm just saying I'm a spiritual person, I believe in God, like all that dictates how you pray. All that dictates how you live. All that dictates your values and your morals. But if you just say, I just believe, what do you believe? What are we believing?
believing in God, having spirituality, having a
spirituality,
connection
all
with your
that.
spiritual side, praying, all of those things I do.
Yeah.
But
Same, but
to-
religion is
to
different.
lead
Okay, I
with
understand
like,
what
you
you're
know,
saying
oh,
now.
like let's go to church on Sunday.
I'm Christian. I'm Catholic.
right,
I'm,
right.
you know,
I
Baptist,
understand
whatever
that.
it is, that's like your
Right.
religion versus I'm a man of faith because I pray. I believe in
Right.
a higher power.
But all
And if you notice, the two women are saying the same exact thing. And that's why it's dangerous to be around people who think just like you know, because that kind of solidifies your position on stuff. And it's like, nah, you got to be open-minded. You got to hear different points of views and different perspectives. Like, but if somebody's saying, yeah, you're right, you're going to really think you're right. And you could be dead wrong. Very, very wrong.
Lead
Okay, I
with
understand
like,
what
you
you're
know,
saying
oh,
now.
like let's go to church on Sunday.
I'm Christian, I'm Catholic,
right,
I'm,
right.
you know,
I
Baptist,
understand
whatever
that.
it is, that's like your
Right.
religion versus I'm a man of faith.
So we'll talk about Joy's past. Joy was married, I believe, to a baseball player who was a little bit older than her. And they got divorced in about a year or two. Then she was talking to a former NBA player, and I actually remember she was engaged, but they never really got married. So there was, she was just engaged. I guess now she's single, or if she's in a relationship, she's like hiding it or whatever for whatever reason. She's a public figure, so she might not want her relationship out in the public. So I get that part, but I don't believe that she's ready to be anybody's wife, because if a man wants to be with you, and it's a man who wants to spend time with you, a man who loves you, and I say let's go to church. As a man, he's the lead. So if I say let's go to church, or if that man say let's go to church, I will hope you will go to church whether you want to or not. Because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some things that you'll try to get him to do that he might not want to do. Yeah, that's part of relationships. But she's saying, no, I'm not going to church. And like, that's a red flag.
Versus I'm a man of faith because I pray, I believe in a higher power.
But also for
I'm
me,
to my
I feel like a lot of people a lot of men that are extremely religious think that if we get together, that I'm going to start doing that. And like, I'm not.
Not ready to be a wife. Not ready to be a wife. Not to say she won't ever be ready, but today, and probably in her past marriage and past relationships, she just wasn't ready to be a wife. Just wanted to do what she wanted to do, live how she wanted to live, and not follow the lead of a man. And it's a lot of women like that. And if you're like that, that's fine. But just don't expect to have a husband. Or if you get a husband, it might not be the husband you want.
Yeah, I haven't been to church in a minute, but I pray. Yeah. And I have faith. Yeah.
Which you're a man of, you're a spiritual
You're
man.
a spiritual person.
Hey, y'all pray for Paul, man. It's crazy when Paul Pierce is the voice of reason in a podcast. Like I say, Paul got fired from ESPN for pretty much having a wild party with prostitutes, and he smoking and drinking and all that. But he went live and he ended up getting fired from Disney. But he's the voice of reason on here. He's the one talking about God and talking about faith and in a positive light. And yeah. So beware, man. Beware of pretty women sometimes. Like, think about men in the Bible like David and Bathsheba. Think about Samson and Delilah. And beautiful women have been the downfall of many, many, many men. So when you courting or trying to date or trying to get with somebody, man, think about, are they leading me closer to God, or are they leading me away from God? And that's very important for a man of God, because like it's not just your job to lead somebody to God. Like, you need somebody who's gonna help you stay close to God as well. Shout out to my wife, Brittany. You're beautiful, love you, and you help keep me close to God. Thank you very much.
You're a spiritual
You're
man.
a spiritual person.
Yeah.
And we all have a spiritual side in some way or another. But spirituality and faith and religion to me are two different things. But it is a trigger for me, so I understand that it's going to sound crazy to people. I don't know. She
knows it's going to sound crazy, but she's still actively looking for a man. And she probably wants a good dude. I'll be honest, like, a lot of these women, they desire good dudes, but they settle for dudes who aren't good because that's who they like. But at the end of the day, when it's time to settle down and be with somebody and get married, you're going to want a good dude, because you're going to want somebody who treat you decent. You're going to want somebody who's going to do right by the children that you have. You're going to want somebody to be there for you. And I will hope that will be a man of God. He's going to have some values and morals and know where those values and morals come from. So, I don't know, Joy. I don't know.
I obviously want somebody kind. Like, I don't fight with anybody. I'm not fighting with anyone about anything. Ever.
Ever.
What would we fight about? What would we fight about?
All right, that's it, y'all. I don't know. Do y'all agree with Joy Taylor? If not, drop a comment. If you do, drop a comment. I personally don't. I think she sounds a little crazy on this podcast. But hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I do want y'all to pray for her. That God will touch her, God will touch her heart. Just concerning her faith and stuff like that. But also for the men of God out there, like these women right here who have that mindset, please do not talk to them. Please do not talk to them. Please do not try to make them your wife. No matter how good they look or how successful they are, please don't do it. Find somebody who leads you closer to God, not somebody you got to drag to God. Or, please go to church with me or do this. And it's like, nah, y'all got to be on the same page. Y'all got to be equally yoked. But that's all I got to say, man. It's Chris Elijah, Moments with Chris. I'm out of here. I need you to drop a comment, and I'm gone. And you already know what to do, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Tell your grandma, tell your auntie, any woman that you know. Just send this to her. Your mail lady. I got a mail lady. I don't got a mail man. But yeah, she need it too, man. So like, share, subscribe. Do that for me. Sure, helps out a whole lot.